Okay, so we're back. Filming kind of late in the day, but it is okay. We're doing an episode on like current events and what's going on, especially in the US. Cause like, what is everybody outraged about? Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl? Oh my god, it was amazing! Oh my god. Literally got into an argument, or about got into an argument with my brother. Cause he's like, you know, some people a lot of people changed it because of the fact that they didn't like the lyrics of his music, and I'm like, who told you that? You? Like, in the back of my head, I'm like, who told you that? Did you tell yourself that because you don't like his lyrics? Listen, he literally, an example that he brought up was the fact that one of his songs, which by the way he only sings in Spanish, so one of his songs was like him telling his aunt, or his aunt asking him, why do you have so many girlfriends? And then like him and my dad just having a whole entire like conversation about, oh my god, so he's one of those artists that he thinks he's all that in a box of chocolates, this, that, and the other. Oh my god, I wouldn't want to listen to him either. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, that's quite literally not, like, you're not reading between the lines. You're just taking his lyrics quite literally. And that's not the point. The point is that you're supposed to just listen and enjoy. And that's literally not what the lyrics meant. Like, just because it says, oh, I have one girlfriend today, and tomorrow I have a different girlfriend. Like, and that he takes them all to the VIP. Have you not heard of a sugar daddy? Or a sugar mommy? Hello? I mean, they don't always have multiple sugar babies, but like, hello, that's not the point of his music. His music's supposed to be fun. And a lot of people, like, this is the thing that kind of annoyed him, was the fact that I brought up that a lot of people were more outraged the fact that he said that he was going to sing all of his lyrics in Spanish because of what's going on right now with ICE and the deportation, especially with the deportation centers. And I'm just like, he completely blew that off and was like, no, that's not why a majority of people in the United States changed it to this, that, and the other. A lot of and like, let alone my brother is also, let me just preface, my brother is transphobic. My brother is also a redneck. Goes to the shooting range, a lot of that. So, like, he is on the side of, I don't want to listen to that, like, as we heard. Like, he's like, I don't want to listen to it because of the lyrics, this and the other. A majority of people were posting and this, that, and the other and discussing how they were going to change the halftime show, which is why there was another halftime show for people to put on, and how people at bars were posting on Facebook and all of that of how these bars were racist because they were changing it. Because the fact that there was, like, everybody was discussing this and the other, majority of people on social media were discussing that didn't support it, were discussing the fact that he was literally saying how he's going to sing all of his lyrics in Spanish. Also, his halftime show was not about his music, it was about unity in America. America being North America and South America. And how we should not try to separate each other, because at this point what we're doing is going back into the past and causing more segregation in my eyes. A lot of people have been fighting for there to be a removal of the Same-Sex Marriage Act, which at this point the LGBTQIA plus community is losing their rights along with women. And like, we quite literally are seeing the past repeat itself, whether it be how it was in Germany. Argue with me all you want. If you want to argue or debate, comment, text 561-320-7085 and get your current event in here as well, because I'll be reading it each episode. And so far we haven't been getting any texts, but I am sure eventually we will. Because you know what? This episode is a episode about current events, especially with what's going on in America. And yeah, I would say that, and we've seen a lot of unity in certain communities and a lot of like just negativity. I've quite literally seen a lot more negativity occurring a lot more over the past like 2 months already. And even on the road, a lot of drivers are seeming to act different, outraged, you might even say. Like, there's been, at least I've noticed a lot more accidents on the road as well. It's quite literally getting crazy, and there's even times that, like, yeah, I know that I have to be myself. Like, on a deeper level, I quite literally have to be myself. I cannot change, because at this point, I will not let anything stop me from being myself. I've grown up, quite literally pushed aside and told that I can only be myself once I move out of the house, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not letting that negativity from anybody stop me from being myself. So, everybody out there, be yourself and don't be afraid to be yourself. Because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to stop you is you. While yes, that sounds crazy, but psychologically and sociologically, you listening to the outside world with stuff like that, letting it change you, letting you kind of not be your full, true, authentic self, then that quite literally is something like your inside, the voices on the inside telling you this, that, and the other. Like, you're starting to believe what everybody else is saying, when you have to do it for yourself and not for others. Because once you start doing things for yourself, that's when everything's going to fall into place. You're not going to... Like, I literally had to figure out my own viewpoints, not let anybody else kind of mold how I saw the world. I had to mold it for myself. Well, yes, there is certain things that I try to hide from seeing, because I don't like the negativity. I don't like seeing it. Like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of negativity in the world right now. But once you quite literally stop living in the negativity and start living in the positivity, uplifting yourself. A lot of the times I'll listen to uplifting music in the morning just to get me up and get me going. Yes, sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes you get burnt out, but that's fine. You just have to find that balance in their work-life balance. Me, I'm always busy. I have my job. I have TikTok. I have this podcast. So when do I find time, especially editing a lot, because like I have a project that I'm working on, and once that project is done, a lot more will open up. I won't have to fully be like boom, boom, boom onto the next thing, this, that, and the other, having to have content up for that day that I'm filming for the project. No, I can physically film for the project and then have content that goes up for the day. Like today, I'm doing the podcast, yes, but instead of doing makeup before I do the podcast, I'm going to do makeup after this. Kind of reward myself for doing the podcast. Like getting going, like I wasn't in the mood to do makeup before this because I feel like at that point I'm just doing it to do something else. But if I do the something else first and then I do the podcast, if I do this podcast first and then kind of do the makeup after, then I will be able to fully have time to do the makeup instead of having that deadline, having that time that I have to hop on and film this podcast. That is completely different. I know we got off track, but we're gonna come back with a lot more to talk about, especially current events, whether it be in my life, whether it be in America, whether it be in the state that I live in. Who knows? We will see when I come back. Alright. So, yeah, within the past couple semesters, we've had ICE showing up at the FAU campus. And, yeah, I don't feel like for me personally, if you have citizenship and all that, so what? Honestly, America, well, North America, at least the United States, was quite literally built on immigration. Whether it be with the 13 colonies, as the United States expanded, like we literally had German immigrants coming in and doing, like, everybody's like, oh, but they're taking our jobs. Yeah, jobs that you wouldn't want to do. Well, that job's too hard. I don't want to do it. And like, yeah, there's some of y'all that want to do a lot of those jobs because now it pays good, or it's, oh well, I'm exhausted, I don't want to do that job, this, that, and the other, I have better things to do. What I'm trying to say pretty much is that the U.S. was built on immigration, whether it be Hispanic immigrants, African American immigrants, like the United States, not like the Native Americans who were already here. Let me preface that. I know that there was Native Americans that were already here. There was already people here before the immigrants. That's not the bit that I'm talking about. It's more of the immigration with ICE. The fact that they're wanting to say, oh, well, they're illegal immigrants. Well, at one point, your ancestry, your great-grandparents, grandparents, whoever in your family, if you have ancestry, if your ethnicity is from Europe, you have ancestry, you have past family members that had to travel from Europe, that traveled from the Middle East, that traveled from Asia, like the Asian countries, Japan, China being an example, like those are considered Asian countries. That's why that ethnicity is called Asian, whether it be the demo, like the macro viewpoint perspective is Asian, like the different groups. Like, yeah, there's Chinese, Japanese, all of that, but they all fall under the Asian demographic. There's part of Russia that's part of the Asian demographic. And then there's the European Russia. That part would be more of the European demographic, like Italian, Spain. Which, yes, those people from Spain that traveled from Spain are called Spaniards. And then, like, Italy, there's different demographics in Italy. Like, there's Venetian, there's Sicilian. While some may argue that Sicilian is its own demographic, and yeah, I've heard that. My great grandparents were straight off the boat from Sicily on my mom's side of the family. I'm still Italian. At the end of the day, in my eyes, I'm still Italian. French, Italian, Native American on my mom's side, which is why I still would fight for Native American rights. Like, at the end of the day, my Native American ancestors were pushed off of the area that they were subsiding in unless they were migratory Native American migratory tribes. There's a word for that. I can't think of it right now. But all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, we are all human. There's no... Yeah. Nobody is... how is that phrasing going? At the Grammys. But it was... No, oh, yeah, nobody is illegal on stolen land. I mean, I don't know if, like, that was factual of the arguments after that, but everybody was, not everybody, because a lot of people were still supporting what she said, which, valid. A lot of what was said is valid. At the end of the day, it's valid to an extent. And I am honestly excited to tone my hair today. Hopefully I have time. I'm hoping. And then I'm going out later. So, yeah, but a lot of that was valid. Whether or not her mansion was built on that land that they're all saying it is, I have no clue. I don't know where she lives fully. All I've read is, like, seen certain posts. But y'all know who I'm talking about with that statement. And then that whole thing, like, yeah, there's certain viewpoints I get, but we're all, at the end of the day, we all bleed red. At the end of the day, we all bleed red. And just because you might not like something about somebody does not mean that you have to go nuclear on them. Just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean that you have to attack them. You don't even have to get along with them. Just keep your distance. Like, don't, unless you, like, have actually talked to somebody, don't create judgments or believe in all stereotypes, because not all stereotypes are true. Just because it's like that for one person does not mean that it's going to be like that for the whole group of people. Which is one thing I've never really understood about stereotypes, because how are you going to go and base judgment on somebody because of a stereotype without even talking to them. Like, that's the thing I've never understood about certain groups of people, because, like, how are you gonna go and say that all gay and queer people are trying to shove that lifestyle, that way, not, I wouldn't even say it's a way of living, it's quite literally the person. Like, you can't go and say that all of us are trying, like, everybody is trying to push that agenda down your throat, because we're not. We're just trying to be ourselves, and you take it as, oh, you're being too loud, you're being dramatic, this, that, and the other. No, we are standing up for ourselves a lot of the times, or we're being our authentic self that you cannot somehow manage to accept, manage to see as who that person is. Also, yeah, the mic is on. I was like, wait a minute, why? Like, towards the end of last episode, I had issues editing with the audio, because it was, what it was doing was, I guess, picking up on the phone, even though that I have the mic connected, so it's supposed to pick up on the mic. But I was literally moving, like, that's why you keep seeing me move the mic is a lot of the times, because I have to make sure that I get it in the actual audio, or it's going to be, like, the fact that there's as much judgment in the world, I've noticed it a lot more judgment happening, like I was saying before, over the past, like, however, at least few months, however many years at this point, because everybody's now thinking that they can say, do whatever, and be fine. Like, what, because you voted for a certain person, you think that you're gonna get away with certain things? That's not how law or any of that works. And the people that are in law that are getting away with certain things just blows my mind. Like, how can you just out of nowhere, like, how can you just out of nowhere tackle a college student, like, go onto a school campus, a public school, private school, whatever type of school it is, and think that any of that would be okay because, oh, well, they're illegal immigrants, they don't have rights. Like, that's how I feel like a lot of it is being seen, as them not having any rights because they are seen as being illegal. What, because their parents were trying to give them a better life? Nobody should, no family, nobody, like that I was saying, technically, we all come from some type of immigrant, unless you're part Native American. Unless your ancestors traveled into America a specific way that wasn't boat, then you all, that's considered still your ancestors, past family members, still found a way for you to have a better life than what was going on in the home country. America is built off of immigrants and migrants. And that is what honestly upsets me the most, is how a lot of people are being treated at the moment, because they are seen as not being a citizen. Well, yeah, I get there is ways to properly go about getting citizenship, but even US citizens that are Hispanic, that are non-Hispanic, whether a lot of people in general are being targeted even if they are citizens just because of the way they look. Or yeah, there's certain things that are being done that could be that might cause that for them to be attacked, but there's also a lot that is being done that does not deserve for them to be attacked. Like they're not half, but there are college students in general that are being attacked, being harassed, thrown onto the ground, even being shot. Like, that's the upsetting thing, is that somebody just living their day-to-day life and they just didn't do anything wrong, were living their day-to-day life, and they were shot. Like, how can somebody see that as being appropriate, especially when we're supposed to be the land of the free? I get this episode is called Current Events, but this is quite literally a current event. This has been going on. And heck, even I have had ICE on my college campus, where I believe that they should not be. Go against me all you want. So be it. But at the end of the day, there are certain areas that ICE just should not be in. And if you're going to break up a family, that's just wrong. Like, you can't, like, how do you just break up a family who quite literally, like, there's families that have been broken up, put into the nice way of saying it, the camps for them, or the deportation centers. How can you break up a family regardless of the children's ages? Yeah, there are some that can take care of themselves more than others, but that is still inappropriate to break up a family. At least keep them together. Don't even, like, arrest them. Especially if they're trying to go about getting their family a better life than what they were dealing with. I've had neighbors that have quite literally escaped from certain aspects of other countries because of the way that it was being controlled and watched over. I wouldn't say watched over, but yeah, watched over. Dictatorship. And just, they literally escaped to get their family a better life. To give their children, their grandchildren, a better life. Respectful people. Sweet, loving people. That I wouldn't necessarily say, I wouldn't say that ICE has got taken them, but I'm just giving an example of people that have quite literally, like, people that might even impact your life, that you might see day to day, every day, that teach your children, that, like, do jobs that you wouldn't necessarily do. Jobs that, like, just different ways of impacting your life that you never realized until those people aren't there anymore. Like, even if you were to end your life, like those people, like even if those people were to end their life, just non-example of ICE. Let's just go like say, given that kind of example, it wouldn't, like that person, you would be like, oh, I haven't seen so and so for a while. Like I had like this, that, and the other. I kind of miss them. Like, they were so loving, endearing, this, that, and the other. I quite literally saw them as like a sister, a brother, a mother, a father. Like, a lot of people that I've met have their chosen families because there's certain things that have gone in their actual families. Like me, I have my own chosen family. I have the chosen family at the Kava Bar. I have the chosen family with Fright Nights. There's a lot of my chosen families for different aspects of my life. There's certain people that I can go to that would listen and just hear me out, be like, okay, or even give that other side to be like, well, did you ever think that it could be this? And I might be like, okay, well, as a sociology student right now, health science major who likes to understand and nitpick at certain things and certain aspects of people's behaviors, I guess you can say. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm going to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist because that's not what I'm going to school for. But I would definitely say that there's certain aspects that they even give that I would have never looked at and to understand or even think about. So it's more so like just, where's the human decency to try to see, like, I even a lot of the times would see, back to like ICE, or even other people, I would see that as, okay, but what if that was your brother? What if that was your sister? What if that was a family member? And like, it's the empathy that a lot of people are showing that they don't have. Argue with me all you want. Debate with me. Message 561-320-7085 because that is what the number is there for. No, I will not pick up. That is the podcast number. So yeah. Heck, I'll even read your message in the next episode. Okay? Because there's a lot that can be broken down from this episode. While yes, there's viewpoints that I agree with on one side, there's also viewpoint that's why I am independent on my voter registration, by the way. Because there's certain aspects that I just wouldn't agree with on one side, but would agree with on another. But then I can also understand viewpoints on the other that I just wouldn't understand on the ones on another side. Like, I don't necessarily see eye to eye on either side. Republican, Democratic. No, this is not meant to be fully political, because there's other stuff that can be discussed, especially like concerts. Hello? Hillary Duff is coming to my area. Hello? To have a brighter episode, let's brighten this episode up a bit, you know? Let's get into some concerts that we're going to this year, because OMG. Not me just like looking at the camera like, hello, Pookie, hello? Hillary Duff, yes, the one and only Lizzie McGuire is coming to an area near me. Hello? Oh, there's a lot.
Star products.
Not me being on TikTok while I'm on my podcast. Hello? Oopsie. Let me pull up Ticketmaster though. Let's see who all is coming to my area that I'd want to go to. Because, you know, we're in West Palm, so the I Think Amphitheater. Also, I'm putting together an outfit for Ashnico in May for Miami. Oh, also, I'm ready for Pride Month and the Pride Parade in Wilton, because you already know I'm putting together an outfit. I would just need the right pair of shorts. Nothing. I wouldn't say anything too revealing, because if I bend down, I'm gonna be shirtless. Hello, hello. Also, I'll be a blonde. I don't want parking. I want the actual I Think. Thank you. And I think me relaxing tonight will be definitely needed. So I'm seeing Pitbull, MGK. Don't really wait. What? 2-day lawn ticket. Oh, that's why. Kid Cudi's supposed to be performing. I don't really listen to him. Haven't listened to him. So probably won't be going to his show. Definitely going to Pitbull. Then the following week or two, I'm going to go see MGK. So yeah, I'll be blonde. There's Evanescence in June, which, if you know, you know. I grew up on that music. I definitely grew up on that music. I was a Disney, was it? Yeah, it was Disney with Hilary Duff. So going to go see them as well. Lynyrd Skynyrd, that was my parents' music that I grew up on. So I gotta go see them. There's Neo and Akon. I hate to say it. It just doesn't scream me right now. Or at all. I listened to Neo. I know Akon was on one of Jeffree Star's. Or Akon did something with Jeffree Star. I know that for sure. There's Train after Hilary Duff. There's Chicago and Styx. Not really gonna go see them as either. Definitely gonna go see Motley Crue. It's a week after my birthday. Hello, I'm gonna go see every concert that's near my birthday besides Jack Johnson. Don't really know them. I know Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson. August 20th. Hello, seeing them. Not big on Luke Bryan or Tim McGraw. Five Finger Death Punch. I'm not necessarily seeing them. I just know that one of my friends wants to see them. There's supposed to be another one that's supposed to have been on sale. Wait, what? I know for sure that there is another one, but I have to... Oh, there's more. Oh, and Breaking Benjamin. So my friend's definitely going to go to them as well. That's around the time of my exams, my finals for the fall semester when I'm supposed to be graduating. Yes, I'm supposed to be graduating in December. I will make it happen. I promise you. I will make that happen. Whether I aimed to go and be graduating early. I think I only had 20 or so credits left, so yeah, I might actually be graduating early. I have to check on that again, because I know that applications or registration for the spring semester is supposed to be happening soon as well. Also, let's go and see our tickets. I know, oh my god, I found out that Death by Romy or Rami is coming to Orlando, is going to Orlando for Warped Tour. Hello. I am so excited. I love Death by Romy. Now if Mothica happens to also be there, oh my god. They are at different times on 2 separate days, and it overlaps when I'm trying to be in line for Jeffree. Because Jeffree's also going to be there. I mean, I already have his signature, but if I get a picture with him, that'd be insane. I would also love to see JSC and like his makeup and meat store show up in Miami. Oh, you'd catch me there at least once a month, Pookie. I wouldn't have to wait for any of the lives. I could go into the store. That honestly would be iconic. I don't know what part of Miami. Probably, I feel like it would be South Beach just because of how higher end it is. Like, yeah, there's expensive areas in regular Miami, but like South Beach, hello, just that is an area in it of itself, and I'm obsessed. Also, I'm toning my hair. I know if you are looking at my hair on the video portion of this podcast, you're probably thinking, Chance, why is your hair yellow? Well, it's because Friday last week, when we're filming this, we bleached our hair. Got it to an even enough tone for the most part. I mean, in the back, it might still be a little orange. Don't get me wrong. But it is more golden. I mean, my friend who's also a hairstylist said that I could probably get away with processing it once more. Do I want to? I'd probably leave it on for 10 minutes. I mean, I have to have gloves. I definitely have to buy gloves if I'm going to re-bleach my hair. I mean, not that it really affected my hands at all. My hands were fine. It's just more of the fact that, like, I wouldn't necessarily put bleach on my hand and, like, take bleach out and then rub it into my hair, because it's really the middle parts of my hair that are needing to be done a little bit more. But for a majority of the hair, it is I would say it definitely is more yellow. I mean, yeah, when it's wet it looks orange, but when it's dry, it's yellow, which is also the tone that you want, is it for to be yellow, because that way the purple toner can get rid of that and leave your hair blonde, because that's the color that I'm going for. When I was younger, I used hydrogen peroxide and I think baking soda on my hair. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Whatever. But I bleached my bangs when I was in high school at one point. Did it myself. I always do my hair myself. Hello? I mean, it's obvious. But she actually liked my friend that told me that I can get away with doing another bleach process, like processing my hair once more, said that she likes my haircut. I mean, that's just the way that my hair has been growing, because I haven't gotten a haircut since I busted off, I think, 3 months ago, however long ago, and my hair is growing in perfectly. She said it kind of reminds her of a mullet, which is not what I was going for. It's just, honestly, the way that my hair grows faster in the back than it does on, like, the sides, which, weirdly enough, is weird. I mean, I wouldn't say it's weird. A lot of it's all the same length, but at the same time, it's not. Oh, I had a blurry. My eyes get dry fast, so yeah. But yeah, we're going to some concerts this year. We're graduating at the end of the year. We are doing really well in our classes this semester. And yeah, just everything's looking up. And I am super excited for everything that is to come in the future. Love you guys and have a great day. Make sure to have a great day. If you're not having a great day right now, put on some uplifting music. Put on Queen Herbie. Put on Abel Hart. Play that podcast that you've been wanting to listen to. Lay down if you're feeling tired. If you're feeling drained, get some rest. Heck, take care of yourself. Go take a bath. Heck, I might even do that. Hello? I might go take a bath and relax for the rest of the day until I am to hop on TikTok live. I'm probably going to have 2 lives today, though. So, maybe a bath when I get home from work tomorrow. Because I don't have work tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Thursday. Why do I keep feeling like tomorrow's Friday? The episode goes up on Thursday. And I have box battles on Thursday. I do not have my filming for this episode on Thursday. I don't know. All of my days have been off this week. I feel like I just have to rearrange my schedule. Definitely things are gonna open up a lot more next week. Just relax. I have to make sure to give myself an actual day off that I'm not working, not filming, and obviously I give myself off it's not obvious, but I give myself off on the weekends when I'm usually working a lot more, working more, but then also being a full-time student, starting up this podcast and still trying to go live doesn't always work out in my favor. Plus, that big project that I have as well doesn't really do me any justice, especially because it is filming based. Granted, I was trying to promise myself to start a new project every year, but that doesn't always work out. Things change, as we've seen, and honestly, I'm not mad at it. I am honestly happy that I was able to get this podcast up and going, because it's been almost all of last year I was saying that I was going to get this started. And finally now I'm able to get this started, get it back up and running for season 2. Because if we didn't, I don't think I ever would have started it back up. I'm thankful, yes, that we were able to get it started up, even with all of the hiccups and all of that. Heck, last episode I almost thought that I got rid of all of the footage when I was clearing out my email. Thankfully, it was on a different email and I didn't realize it. But yeah, we about had a heart attack. If anything, it's either the universe saying to keep pushing, or the universe saying you don't need it. But at the same time, I am grateful because this is another platform that I can actually talk freely on. And yeah, Because if not, then I feel like on other platforms, I would just get censored and not really be able to talk freely on stuff that I'd actually want to actually talk about, because there's other platforms that I don't feel comfortable actually talking about, like, let's say certain stuff that was discussed today. I wouldn't normally talk about that I wouldn't talk about that at all on TikTok Live. Like, yeah, there's certain things that tidbits that I've said, but even in certain people, you could just read certain people, even especially in everyday life, that would just be okay, well, you're wrong, and just not even want to listen to you on a certain viewpoint. And that's where I just feel arguments start, because then for me, if I feel I'm not being listened to, I'm either just gonna brush it off and not talk to you, or I'm going to completely cut you off. It just depends on my mood. Or it'll just be a complete disrespect. And because I feel also the older generation, certain people in the older generation were oh, well, the younger person's supposed to be, granted I'm 26, the younger person's supposed to be the one that just is silent and listens and observes while the adults speak. Pookie, but I am an adult. I am 26. While you might be older than me, I am still allowed to speak freely. I have been put into this situation due to the fact, not situations right now, but other situations in the past have pushed me into more political aspects, because oh wait, me in high school, my high school was targeted. Yeah, you heard that right. So when you want to tell me, oh, you're supposed to be quiet at the table, no, I was put into a place where I was quite literally either at risk or protected. So don't even come at me and be well, there's no place for political talk. But you're literally talking political, so don't even. Because I was also, even when I wasn't an adult, I was still put into that place where I still had to speak up. You didn't want me to go to that rally? You didn't want me to go to that protest? Well, because you were afraid that I would get shot? Well, Pookie, but listen, at least I would have been standing up for something that I believe in. Don't even come at me, because that is where you are wrong. At least I would have been shot standing up for something that I believe in. Okay? And that is where I am going to end this episode. Love you guys. All peace and harmony to you from the universe. And thank you guys for coming and listening. Again, if you want me to read any of your guys' comments, something that you've seen happen or stand for, text 561-320-7085 and I will read your message in the next one. Love you guys. Again, peace and harmony.